Welcome back everyone to my second Let's Play of Final Fantasy I for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Last episode, Albert, Beez, Chip, and Nichols came here to Elfland, and I said I was going to do some level grinding off screen. I did that level grinding, got a whole bunch of armors, and some weaponry. Here we go. We got iron armor for Bert and Beez, iron shields for them, wooden helmets, and we got the copper bracelets for Chip and Nichols. That tomb there, it said, here lies Erdrick. Erdrick was the hero in Dragon Warrior. Enix made Dragon Warrior, Square made Final Fantasy. They were kind of competing against each other. Since then, they've merged. Enix bought out Square, so now they're known as Square Enix. But for a while there, they were competitors. So right now, you'll notice that Chip and Nichols have two weapons. Chip has the saber equipped, and Nick has the scimitar. The saber does more damage. It has a stronger attack power, but it has a lower hit percentage. So even though it will do more damage, it only hits once, where Nichols is hitting twice. So I just want to show off some battles here to show that even though the saber is a stronger weapon, the scimitar right now is a little bit better because it gives you that second hit. So that'll be important coming up in the Marsh Cave. That's the big dungeon that we did all this level grinding for. In addition to getting all that equipment, I ended up buying 99 heal potions and 99 pure potions. There's going to be a lot of enemies in the Marsh Cave that can poison us. So just these, yeah, 2 hits at 39 damage, and then 1 hit at 11 damage. So yeah, it's much better to just have the weapons that will have 2 hits. I did buy the second weapon though, because just in case if we gain 2 levels in the Marsh Cave, or 2 levels technically before we get the Mystic Key and start looting a bunch of treasure, then it'll be better to equip the saber over the scimitar, because the saber then we'll have enough hit percentage to still have 2 attacks, but with the saber instead. So we're going to make our way here to the Northwest Castle. We were told that this castle was really spooky, and a guy went in there, and an elf went in there, and as soon as he went in, he was really scared, and he turned back. But our brave ratty heroes, they're not going to turn back. Instead, they're going to talk with this king. Astos double-crossed us. Go south to the Cave of Marsh to retrieve the crown, then bring it directly back to me. So this king has a little mini quest here for us. And there's a room over there that has some treasure in it. Let's go see if we can loot that treasure. Spoilers, we can't. This is another door that is locked by the Mystic Key, so gotta put that out on our places to revisit once we get that Mystic Key. Yep, we try to go through that door. Nope, locked by the Mystic Key. So not much we can do other than head south to the Marsh Cave, which is a cave in marsh. So you expect that, in the marsh there's probably a bunch of like snakes and stuff, and there are. And those are things that can poison you, so these guys can also poison you, arachnids. So they have a poison touch. So a lot of the enemies in the Marsh Cave will have that poison touch. That's why I end up buying all those pure potions. So silver swords that Bert and Beez have, really, really good. They deal a lot of damage, have good hit percentage, so yep. That'll be really, really good for this Marsh Cave coming up, so there are a few enemies that will give this party some trouble, though. There are some enemies that are resistant to physical attacks. In those instances, we're just going to have to hope for critical hits. Critical hits ignore an enemy's defense, so that's the only way we're going to be able to beat those monsters when we get into them. I'll point them out when we get to them. That's another reason why you'd want to have weapons that have high hit percentage, so that our thieves, Chip and Nichols, are doing 2 hits. So that's twice the amount, twice the chance that they'll get a critical hit. So here we have a new enemy, the Mucks. The Scum enemy is a palette swap of these enemies, and they're the ones that are have the really high defense. You basically need magic to defeat, or hope for critical hits. So that's how we'll end up taking them out. So it'll be a while before we get an item that can use magic. There are quite a few items in the game that allow you to use level 2 spells for free, and those will really help our party out eventually. So here's a bunch of new monsters. We have the bones, or the white skeletons, the red bones, the red skeletons, and the claw is that purple creep monster. They're the most annoying because they have like 8 attacks, and each of their attacks can potentially stun your character. So they can lock down characters. So you want to try to take care of them as quick as possible. Luckily, our fighters can pretty much do that on their own there with the silver sword. Red Bones, pretty tough, has a lot of hit points. So had to concentrate our firepower on that. So now the Marsh Cave, when we enter the Marsh Cave, we could have went to the north or to the south. South is the way you want to go. To the north has some treasures. We're going to get those a little bit later. But while we're still fresh and ready to have all our equipment and hit points, we're going to head to the south because that is the way that we want to go to get to the crown. So we're going to have to go down 2 floors to get to the crown. There's a lot of treasure in this place. And there's also a few locked doors, so we're going to have to make another return trip here to the Marsh Cave. Let's have a lot of these bats. They can be annoying because obviously they get in your way and sometimes you have to walk around them. But one thing that can be really annoying about them is when you enter a room, the bats freeze in place. So if you see there's a bat blocking the doorway, you're gonna have to wait until the bat moves before you enter the doorway, so you can leave again. And you'll see that over there to the right. There's a room that we have to go through to get to the staircase, and there's a bat on the other side. So we want to make sure that that bat is not in the way of the exit door. Otherwise, you won't be able to leave. Here we have the group again, the red bones, the creeps, the red bones, the crawl, and the bones. The crawl, the paralyzed boat, so made it the battle a little bit more difficult, since the boat couldn't contribute for so long. So yeah, I got a lot of treasure in here. We don't really need any of the treasure that we're going to be able to get. The better treasure is behind the Mystic Key doors. Yeah, all the treasure we're going to get here, we can sell it, so for some good money. So you see over here, there's a bat over there. You want to make sure that bat is not in the way of that exit door. Otherwise, the bat never moves while you're inside the room. So here's the annoying scum enemies. They don't have a lot of hit points, but they'll only take 1 damage per hit unless you get a critical hit. So we're just gonna have everybody concentrate on one different enemy and hope they get critical hits. Yeah, so only 2 hits, 2 damage. So yeah, it's gonna take 24 hits to take out. So, and of course they're annoying. But then you see if we get a critical hit, it ignores their defense. So now we can have at least 2 characters attacking one at a time. So this is, like I said, a reason why we want to have weapons that give that hit percentage, because then we're getting 2 hits, and that's twice the chance that we get a critical hit. So we just keep whittling away, hoping that we get that critical hit. Critical hits, of course, like I said in that one episode previously, are bugs. Certain weapons are supposed to give better critical hits, but it ended up being that weapons at the end of the weapons table have a higher crit than ones at the beginning. So yeah, the best swords in the game end up having the best critical hit rate in the game. So we'll be able to use all the best swords with this party. The best sword in the game is the Masmium. Any class can wield that. The next best sword is the Excalibur. Only the Knight can wield that, which is the upgraded fighter. And then the third best sword in the game, there's 2 of them, are the Katana. And only ninjas can use them, and ninjas are the upgraded thieves. So we'll have plenty of good sword fighting with this group. there's only one Masmoon and one Excalibur. So, Excalibur is the sword that the dwarf smith will make. He said if he, if he adds some adamant, he can make a great sword for us. That's the Excalibur. But we won't get the adamant until the second to last dungeon in the game. But I guess that's fitting because, it's the second best sword in the game. The best sword in the game you get in the final dungeon. So now everybody can just concentrate here on the last scum. And like I said, if they, even if we don't get a critical hit, it only takes about 12 rounds to finish them off. So, because they're hitting twice. So yeah, all these enemies poisoning us. So one thing I noticed though going through the Marsh Cave here, I had a much easier time, even though I didn't have magic. Much easier time going through with this party, because the two fighters in the front, Bert and Beez, their defense is just so powerful that I didn't have to rely on so many so many heal potions to restore hit points. So just gonna go kind of make a Z shape, well I guess an S shape. Just be snaking back and forth. There's 4 rows of rooms here. The crown is in the 3rd row of rooms, and the 4th row of rooms, they are all locked by the Mystic Key. So I'm just going to snake my way around, entering all the rooms. Some of them I don't have to enter because you can see they're empty, but I'm just entering them anyway to show that they're empty. Got a house and thing. Houses are really, really good. They restore all your hit points and all your spell charges. So not that important for this party. There's one problem though with the house. It's a little bugged. If you use a house, you want to use a tent afterwards, because the game, it saves your game first, and then it restores your spell charges. So if you use the house, save, and then restart that game from the save of the house, you'll notice that your spell charges ain't charged up. Like I said, that's because they coded it wrong, and they coded it in reverse. It should re-heal your spell charges, then save the game. But like I said, it does backwards. So you just have a little tent afterwards. That way, you heal up, heal all your spell charges, and then you save again with the tent. And tents are cheap at 75 gold. Houses are worth 3,000. So by the time you're buying houses to heal yourself up, dropping another 75 gold for a tent isn't going to hurt you much. So, as you can see, all these doors down here on the bottom closed, locked by the Mystic Key, so we're going to have to come back. Another annoying enemy, scorpions, because they can poison you. But I'm not worried about the poison, because, like I said, we have so many pure potions. Yeah, not having to buy spells really allowed me to max out my heal and pure potions before coming to this cave. So I also ended up buying 2 soft potions. No enemies here can really turn you into stone, but in the next major big dungeon, they do have enemies that can do that. So might as well heal up. Use some of those heal potions. From now on, between every dungeon, you're definitely going to want to have that stack of 99 heal potions. They're basically the best way to heal. You heal about 30 hit points, so and they're pretty cheap. It's basically like a hit point for 2 gold, because they cost 60 gold. So always never leave home without your 99 stack of heal potions. That's another tip that Nintendo Power Strategy Guide gives. So, getting a lot of gold. All that stuff we can sell will basically be more than enough to buy the heal potions. So right here we have this special looking room. It has a trap tile here. Trap tiles are tiles where you're guaranteed to get into a fight. This one in front of the crown, treasure chest, can have up to 4 wizards, between 2 and 4 wizards. So we got unlucky, I guess. We got 4 wizards, but I guess we're not that unlucky because we were able to kind of tear through these guys pretty easily. So the weird thing is, even though they're called wizards, they don't cast any magic. They just attack regularly. And then later on, it's funny, there's an enemy called a fighter that uses a bunch of spells. So, but because these guys are kind of like a mini boss, later on, if you run into a group of wizards, you won't be able to run from them. Yeah, you can't run from this encounter. There's a few enemy encounters that you're not allowed to run from, usually because they serve kind of like as a mini boss. And this is one of them, so the wizard groups like this will become pretty common in the Oath Cave, which is the next really big dungeon that we gotta go through. But we still have a lot to do before we get to that Oath Cave, so if you want to get like a lot of experience, and you have an easy way to like, you know, defeat a trap tile, what you can do is just keep stepping off and on the trap tile, because every time you step on the trap tile, the enemy will respawn. So, I know with my last party, when I had some mages in the northwest castle there was a trap tile in that treasure room, and it has mummies. And mummies fall pretty easily to Fire 2 and Harm 2, both of those spells were available to my last party that I ran through, my first playthrough. And so it's a good way to gain experience, because I just go in there and take out them enemies, and it was pretty simple to finish them off, so. Got some more mucks here. Finish them off. And hey, we gain a level here. So. And Chip, unfortunately, got a very bad level up there. He only got luck. So yeah, see how their how levels can differ. Even everybody's level isn't guaranteed the same. So that's a little bit of variety to the game. But so yeah, your fighter may be turned out differently than you know, my fighters. Or your thieves might be turned out differently than your thieves. So. But it's all good. Unless you're doing like a single solo class challenge, you shouldn't really have to worry about what stats you gain. But like I said, people who do like solo challenges, you know, solo thief, solo fighter, then it's more important to make sure that your stats, you get the correct stats. Otherwise, it will like kind of be impossible to beat the game. So we got what we came for here, the crown. We'll make another trip into the Marsh Cave then to get to the top there, to get the treasure up there. But for now, we're just gonna, you know, we made a good progress. We got the crown, which is a plot important item. So whenever we get a plot important item, you want to make sure that you save your game ASAP, so that, you know, if you get defeated, you don't lose out on all your progress. So yeah, before we go up to the top part of the Marsh Cave, we're probably strong enough to do it now, but just, it's better to be safe than sorry. So, I'm gonna head out the Marsh Cave here, and pitch a tent, save my game, and then I can come back in and finish off the Marsh Cave. And hey, right before I finish off the Marsh Cave here, I get into the last new enemy in the Marsh Cave here, the Ghoul. He's the white zombie in the front there. The other zombies are the regular zombies are the green things in the back. So, zombies are pretty easy. I probably could have took them out, but I wanted to try to concentrate my fire on the ghouls, because as you can see, the ghouls have stun touch, and they have 3 attacks, which means they have 3 times the chance to stun your characters. As you can see, they stun both Bert and Beez, and that's not good, because they're major attackers, so they could probably cut through a ghoul in, you know, 1 hit. Where Chip and Nichols kind of gotta team up. But yeah, eventually stun, it'll wear off on its own. So, but you're at the mercy of the random number generator to determine, you know, hey, is it gonna wear off or not? So, a lot of undead in this area. So if you have a white wizard and they have that harm spell, that's a good way to take care of a lot of these guys. Woohoo! Let's head on up, head on out, and pitch our tent. Make sure that we save our game so we don't lose that progress. There it is, the stolen crown. Beautiful music fills the air if we look at the loot. And here we'll pick up it next time. Right outside the Marsh Cave, we'll head back in and get the rest of the treasure and return that stolen crown. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.